And hello, we're here. We made it. Hey, Luke.
Hello.
Hey. Can you hear us both good? Hello, everybody. We're here. Luke is not on camera right now. We're going to have Luke's camera pop up on the side here later. But yeah, hope everyone's doing well. We're back and we're going to do some Façade. You guys, if you guys remember the Façade, hope you're excited about it. If you don't, we'll do a little recap so everyone's kind of like up to date. Yeah, welcome everybody. Just a general welcome to everyone. You can hear us too. Good, good, good. Okay, I didn't mess up the audio then. So yeah, we're here for a little double stream. I'm gonna put in the screen here. It's just gonna show empty stuff because none of us have started on our thing. But as you can see, Luke is gonna be on that side. I'm gonna be just above here, and we're each gonna be working on our part of this. But I guess first of all, should we start by explaining what the facade is, Luke?
I think that might be a great idea.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do a little recap. Show of hands in chats. Who has never heard of the facade until now, or who doesn't remember? I want to see. I want to see what's the general because it's when did we do the original series, Luke?
We did it.
It's last year or
Yeah, I think it's
2022 maybe.
yeah. Shoot, you know what? I'll have to check actually. I don't.
Yeah.
It
Hold
was a
on.
while ago. A little while ago.
Uh,
It's been
yeah.
too long.
Summer 2022. Yeah, yeah. That's
Man.
damn. It feels. Oh my god. Time sure goes.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, we got some people who don't remember the facade or who haven't seen it yet because they're newer here. So some people who think they know but they're not sure. Okay. We'll do a little recap of the facade. How about that? Let me put on the browser tab here and go really quick to my website because I think that's like the best place to put in. Yeah. Here it is. Okay, so just first of all, go follow Luke on Twitter, Instagram. What's your preferred social media, Luke?
Uh, just do the follow me on Twitter. I guess I have a one of those link page
Oh yeah,
thingies.
Linktree.
It's got all my
Yeah,
stuff on Linktree.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I got
put
a
it in the
Linktree.
Linktree. That's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Go follow Luke everywhere instantly. This was your first stream, says Siphon. Was it? Hell yeah. The shapeshifter fellow, exactly. Yeah, people will remember once they saw the first image. A lot of people remembered.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the facade is our take on a doppelganger, basically. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to read through the series, and you guys can see the photos here on screen, and in this case, the video, the GIF. All starts in 1865. A photographer reveals his latest invention to the French emperor's court, the portrait tournant. One of the portraits show Baron Renard de Sévigné. It was deemed defective. Unbeknownst to them, the one in the photograph was not Renard. The facade disappeared in 1895. So we start with a little bit of a mystery. There's something called the facade, and it's pretending to be other people, it's taking over people's bodies, and it can sort of like shift their features. And we jump to 1960. A six-year-old kid in Chicago is admitted to the Lurie Children's Hospital after a panic attack. She claims there is a monster pretending to be her mother. Her records show another panic attack at age 23, thought to be at the time when the facade chose a new victim. Here's the monster that pretends to be Mummy. I don't know why my music is going out. Sorry about that. I like how they saw the body morphin and they came to the conclusion that this was somehow the camera that did it. I mean, I would think so too. I would rather
Yeah.
think the camera's effective than you're actually in front of a monster. Okay, Then we jump back to 1896. During the X-ray craze, people buy machines to show the strange radiation to party guests. In one such event in Hamburg, financier Franz Mansfeld had this plate taken, revealing him to be the Façade. He kept the print a secret until he vanished during a trip to America. The location of the Façade from 1917 to 1960 is unknown, but a string of unsolved disappearances throughout the United States point to it changing forms in quick succession, leaving us scarcely any conclusive trace. So, fun fact: the whole thing about the X-ray craze happening, like when people discovered X-rays, they thought it was like fucking magic, and like it's an actual thing that was documented where rich people would buy machines or rent machines, like X-ray machines, during parties in like like high society kind of parties, and they would like just take X-ray plates of people's heads or hands and stuff to show like, oh, it's like the new curiosity. And obviously people didn't know back then that radiation would kill you. So
Yeah, I was shocked when you were telling me about that when you were first
it's really funny. And back then,
driving that
like
thing.
they didn't know about doses of radiation back then. So
Yeah,
like
I mean, it makes sense.
one of
But
these photos, one of these plates was like a lot more radiation that you would get than you would get nowadays. Why is the music stopping all the time? I don't know if I'm pressing something. Anyway. 1977, a report to Chicago PD. I swear he ate her. They were fighting. She lunged at him. It was a blur. Then she was gone. And there he was, swollen, down on the alley floor. His face was shifting. Here's a police sketch. The report was not investigated. The Façade's current location is unknown. And finally, we go all the way back to the very beginning of the story, 1849. Last page of Renard de Sévigné's notes. Years ago, I found a shifting skull while exploring the Paris catacombs. I have studied its mysteries since. How does it keep transforming? Is it alive? The answer is most likely in the marrow. For this experiment, I will break it. And that's the last we know of Renard de Sévigné, who, if you remember, is the guy here. Or it's not really the guy here. The guy here is a Façade, pretending to be Renard. So the Façade was this weird shifting skull that was found in the Paris catacombs. This guy broke it and got, kind of released it, essentially, like a genie breaking out of the lamp. And it took over his body and then just kept jumping from person to person until the last time we see them is 1977. What are they doing today, Michi asks. Well, that's exactly what we're going to answer. Good question. I like that segue. Really well planned, Michi. Very close circle narration. Yes, thank you. We tried to. So initially, we kind of figured out we just had a few ideas, like, oh, a police sketch would be fun. Oh, well, like the skull, just like some sketches of the skull would be fun. An X-ray. We're just like figuring out different fun ways of showing like how we could show this doppelganger without really showing it, and then we kind of put it together in a timeline, and at some point we figured out like, hey, instead of doing like showing this sequentially, let's just shuffle them and have the first part be the last. I don't know why. That was why did we decide? Did we decide on that? I don't remember.
yeah, I don't. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
It's been a while.
But
Yeah.
I guess it's more of a puzzle if we present it in a non-sequential way, right? You got to let people figure out that we're talking about the same thing. Obviously, we kind of imply that through the text. We're talking about the same being, and if you put the dates together, like you take 1960, a 6-year-old kid has, the first contact with this facade that's pretending to be her mother, and then at age 23, there's she has another panic attack, and it's thought to be the time when the facade chose a new victim. If you count the years here, from a 6-year-old in 1960 when she was 23, it is exactly the same time that this police report is happening. So when they say he ate her is this girl's mom, or the facade pretending to be this girl's mom. So there you go. It is the same facade, yes. It is one single being, one single creature.
Very, very old creature.
Very, very old. Who knows how old? I like the mystery of it too. Like, is it a single thing? Like, is it the only facade? Is it the last one that exists? Is it just like, like it was pulled out of the Paris catacombs? The Paris catacombs contains the it's like they pulled out one of Paris cemeteries, like a medieval cemetery that was so old that the bodies were just like washing down in the streets, like the bones and stuff. So they took all those bodies, they took them out of the ground, and they found a place underground to put them. That is like how the Paris catacombs were born. So this shifting skull is probably of like medieval origin, which, it's like it has kept itself alive until the 1850s on like just on nothing in like a catacomb. So it's probably incredibly old. The Unstable Skeleton says, diversity win. The ancient monster stealing people's identity is gender fluid. Literally, yes. So, for this continuation of the facade, the idea we had is like we'll pick it back up from 1977. We'll take over from like this identity into like up to nowadays or close to nowadays. I don't know exactly what year we'll finish it in, but it'll be like, it will go up to the current identity of the facade. And the idea is to present this, or a lot of this is going to be presented through a conspiracy blog of someone who figured out what the facade was. So we're going to have like a crank, like your typical like crank blog of like someone with their weird conspiracy theory and all their evidence, and a lot of it's just bullshit, but they have figured out what the facade is. And yeah, we're gonna have like a just a screen cap of the blog, and then finally, I'm sorry to spoil it for everyone in chat, but I guess you're the first ones to hear this story, or at least like what we're thinking about for the story so far. At the end, it's gonna turn out that the facade figured out that this person was onto it, so it went and found this person and took them over, and that person is a facade now. So the crank, kind of like literally brought it on themselves, just like talked too loud, and the facade was onto them.
Also, they're very wrong about most things.
Oh yeah.
Very, very wrong. They just accidentally got one thing right, and then that's what ended it.
They think like the president is a facade and stuff. They think like it's like, it's taken over the world, but it's not real. It's not true. They figured out one thing and then extrapolated like everything wrong from that. XCS asked.
He's working as a janitor or something, hiding out somewhere.
XCS asks, how did the facade live through the pandemic? That's the asking the important questions.
Exactly. Exactly.
Also, hey, thank you for the follows to all the people who just came in. Bar Owl, Neon Signs, Trevor, welcome people. How sentient is the facade? Asks RGV. Is it acting on instinct, or does it have high intelligence to keep a low profile?
Well,
Good question.
I'd like
on.
to think it has very high intelligence. It's kind of, I think about it like as the Thing, kind of.
Yeah.
It's intelligent enough. Well, no, it's actually, the Thing is very intelligent, actually, now that I think about it.
The Thing,
So,
I think I like the comparison with the Thing. It's like, it is intelligent enough to, like, you know, it has human levels of intelligence. Obviously, it has to pass like a human and like the person it's becoming, right? But I think it's like it's still like carried by instincts. I think all of us are, right? Like it's just acting out its nature. So I don't know. It's like a bit of both. I like the parallel to the Thing. I really like that type of creature where it's like, is it evil, or is it's just doing its thing? It's just surviving in its own way.
yeah, that's a good question.
Oh, Sophia asks, make me self-promote. No, I'm gonna promote Luke if you do that. Go follow Luke everywhere. Go to his link tree. I'm hijacking my own self-promotion reward. But yeah, for today, we're each going to work on a little piece of this. Luke, you were thinking of doing like one of the images on the blog, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing I have a couple ideas. I was actually looking for pictures before the stream started. So I think what I'll do is, hold on, I'll put in the Discord thing here. That is Luke's page. And on my side here on the left, I will be like looking for some images and just picking one I like from a few ideas we have. Okay, these ideas. We had a few that might work for my stuff. There's a family photo with like someone wrong on the background. That one I liked because it's not like, you know, nobody like set out to take a picture of the facade. It just happened to be on the background of someone else's picture. Then another one we were thinking is like a security cam footage, a security cam shot of the facade as it's like as it escapes with its last identity, as it takes over the crank. It's, you know, it disappears. It burns down the crank's apartment and disappears. So we have like a missing poster of the guy who we're going to see on the website as well, and then next to it like last seen location, and it's like, you know, this gas station or whatever, and we can see it from the back with like the distorted face.
Yeah.
Just to show like that's the ending. We have the facade took over this guy that we've been that has been recovering all this evidence so far, and this is their last. And through the like last location picture, we can show, yeah, you know, the face is distorted, so the facade is them. That's what I was thinking so far. So yeah, I liked this. Hold on, let me put on my my chat here on the side. There we go. Val and Luca are actually the same person, confirmed. Yes, it's just we're doing all of this at once. Also, I have two voices, and I can speak without my mouth closed. You caught me.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, also we got Bean Cam here. I'm gonna put it next to me. This is actually a triple collab stream because Bean is here too. There it is. So, do you have an idea of what you want to do for the conspiracy blog?
So, I want to do some interpretations of what I think the person running this blog might think it looks like. And then maybe some very old, like, I don't know, like ancient drawings of it or something like that, that might be used as evidence to back up his,
I like that.
his conspiracy theories. But I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow.
Yeah, go with the flow. I like that. Yeah, we could have so for the conspiracy page shot. So I think either for like the part where we show the conspiracy blog, or the last part where we show like this guy disappeared and the apartment burned down. I was thinking of like showing like little scraps of burned paper, where we can have some of these drawings, like if they don't fit on the page, we can put them on the like burned scraps of paper thing. We can take some of the stuff from the first part, like the X-ray, and have that among the burned down stuff to connect like both series. Because the whole idea that Luke and I were thinking is that everything we've seen so far, like the first part of the series that I just read out to you to chat, is also like gathered by like information gathered by the by this like conspiracy crank. It's like all the right information that he gathered. Also, I figured out why Spotify's stopping. It's a Discord thing. Should have guessed. Let me see if
that's
I can
frustrating.
stop it. I think I turned it off, but we'll see. Exactly, XCS. This is the Bean stream featuring Valdevia and Luke Baker. Also, hi, Jesus. I bet the conspiracy theory dude is a 4chaner. No, I think he should be like the more innocent style of conspiracy theorist. Not like QAnon style, more like, you know, like alien believer style.
Yeah.
It's kind of the more like the nicer type of conspiracy guy. Or like we're just talking about Time Cube. Have you guys in chat heard of Time Cube? Because it's one of my favorites.
God, that was so good when you showed that to me. It's like this is exactly what I had in mind when we were talking about this.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll show chat the Time Cube because some people are confused. So I don't know if I managed to do the Spotify thing. If not, I'll test it out later. Let me show you guys Time Cube. I think I got it here. Yes. Okay. Gonna move Luke's camera a bit. Hold on. There we go. Okay, but I'll move it a little so I can show people time cube.
Important.
It's very important. So this here is time cube. This is some guy that had this really strange theory about time. It's really hard to explain. You just got to see the site. It is wild.
It's pretty incredible.
It's great. Hey, it's Spacey's birthday. Happy birthday, Spacey, and thank you so much for the resub. 8 months. Hell yeah. Okay, check this out. If you've never heard of TimeCube, you're about to your world is about to change.
Everything you've been told is a lie.
Everything you've been told is a lie.
Everything.
You know, time works like this little GIF you see there. You see the cube? That's how TimeCube works. Your dirty lying teachers use only the midnight to midnight one day, ignoring the other 3 days, time, to not foul already wrong Bible time. Lie that corrupts earth, you educated stupid fools. Belly button logic works. When do teenagers die? Adults eat teenagers alive. No record of their death. Father-son image, not God's. Every man born a woman. Belly button is a signature of your personal creator. I believe her name, Mama. The page is just like this. It's extremely long, and it's full of little diagrams that the guy made. There's a time cube diagram here. Word God is bad math. Math shown here is far superior to God and Christianity. Use it to save humanity. Honor the 4 days, or you should die. Whoa. Okay, dude. Okay. Little
Heavy.
oh,
It's heavy stuff.
It's heavy stuff, yeah. Okay. Earth has 4 days simultaneously. Oh, hi, Bean. Earth has 4 days simultaneously each rotation. You erroneously measure time from one corner. See? Don't you get it? Isn't this diagram super clear? Truth note.
It all makes sense.
It all makes sense. Truth note, Earth has 1 day, even if it stood still, and 4 days in one rotation. $1 million to anyone, or no, $1,000 to anyone who can disprove the harmonic cube. Gene Ray, Cubic. That's his own title that he gave himself. Dr. Gene Ray is the greatest philosopher and is the greatest mathematician. www.thewisesthuman.com. Cubic harmonics. It's great. And here he is. I was looking for this picture. Nature's harmonic simultaneous 4-day time cube. Dr. Gene Ray, cubic and wisest human, depicted in image above. This is exactly the vibe we want to go for in this. Yes, this man did drink fractal juice. Absolutely. Oh, Spotify is still stopping. So annoying. See, that is exactly the vibe we want to aim for right here. Hope that you get it now, chat. Hope that you understand.
That's our man right there.
That's our man right there.
He's the one that he cracked the code.
Oh, Bean, you're so sleepy, aren't you? Yes. Oh, you can't turn off the Spotify autopause thing. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Discord. So XCS is asking what are you drawing? Like what was the intention for this?
So I am starting out drawing some versions of what this guy that runs this website might think the facade looks like. I Either that or, well, actually, this is also kind of just me trying to figure out how I think the facade might look.
Yeah, because we've never really shown
Yeah.
the facades
So
like
this
truly.
is kind of a mid transformation, goopy guy. You
Goopy
know?
guy. We love goopy
Yeah.
guys.
He's got too many eyes in one socket over here.
Yes, I
Yeah, you
like
know,
that.
this is not the position he wants to get caught in.
Siphon asks, is the guy who owns the site good at drawing? I think he's as good at drawing as Luke, because that way we can let Luke draw whatever he wants.
That was one of the things I was wondering. Is like, I don't know how I should approach how this guy would draw it.
I think you draw it like just in your style, and then we get it, we scan it, we run it through, like we JPEG it a bunch, we put it on we put it on Paint, on MS Paint, and we put a bunch of like arrows pointing to things and saying like completely nonsensical stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's the vibe.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Also, hold on. Maybe I should take your screen and just flip it, and that'll look better. I'm gonna flip it vertically. Hell yeah!
I wasn't even looking. Yeah, I'm doing it upside down, aren't I?
It doesn't matter. The facade is ever shifting.
Yeah.
Now it's flipped. I might have to flip it on the other screen, but yeah, I found this image, which I think could be really good because it's just like a driveway, and there's a guy just walking like out, and I think that could really work for like last scene, like that whole like last scene is at this time in this location, and yeah, it could be just like the facade leaving like the Crank's apartment after taking the Crank over, right? It's just like goes to the conspiracy theorists' apartment, takes over the conspiracy theorist's body, and then since he has a bunch of like evidence in the apartment, he just burns everything down and leaves. So since all we can see is like a missing poster, this sort of like last scene at this time with the photo of the security camera could be good. And this one is public domain. I just love people who go on Flickr and upload random security camera photos. They give me life. Thank you to all of them. They make my work possible. Okay, let me hop over to Photoshop here. Let me get this zoomed in. Oh, I think
I'm sorry. I keep moving the paper around.
No, you're good. I think your camera went out of focus, but it'll focus in, I think, once you put your hand in. There it is.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Gonna... Oh, Bean is looking at the camera. He's so interested in your drawing, I think.
Oh, is it doing it again?
Yeah, it's just a webcam like autofocus thing. I think it'll come back. Yeah.
If I brighten everything up a little, maybe that's just making things worse.
No, you're good.
Okay.
I'll have Bean watch over us here.
That's what's making all the difference right now.
Exactly. Couldn't do it without him. He's looking at the stream preview and just like looking at chat move up and at your drawing. He's super interested. Okay. Everyone say nice things to Bean because he's watching chat right now. If you say a mean thing about Bean, he will destroy you. See here, look, Bean. Siphon is saying hi here. Also, whose her birthday it is? When? Hey, what's happy birthday, Wen? So many birthdays today. kind of covering my screen, but it's fine. I forgive you. There it is. Who could even think a mean thing about being right? I don't know. I don't know what kind of sick and twisted mind could ever say that, but you never know. You never know. There's some sick people on the internet. Okay, here's our security camera. It's really pixely, really nice. Oh, look at that scan line effect too. That's perfect.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah.
It might be a little hard once I edit to keep that effect like good and visible, but I can just add some extra skylines on top, just make them fit this, and hopefully it should look right. We'll see. I'm gonna cut out the purple edge though. I don't know why that is there. Also, it has a date that probably 2009 is probably too early for what we're gonna do, like this part of the story. I think it should be like pretty close to today, like maybe a few years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds right.
But I don't know exactly when. Okay, so first thing here, I'm gonna remove this guy because I just want it to be the one guy. I think what I'll do is just keep like the guy walking off and remove this white box, whatever that is, and this guy. And that way it just looks like some guy walking off and kind of fits the narrative of, you know, last time this guy was seen and last place. If it was only a few years ago, would it still look like the Time Cube side? Oh yeah, conspiracy crank blogs are timeless. They look like it's always 2005. And that's what I
Yeah, they
love
learned
about
how to
them.
make that site, and they went with it from there.
Yeah. They never changed it.
Never learned anything else.
Yeah, it's always like a personal site, and
Yeah.
you know, it's from the pre-social media era. So when people used to have sites, what a beautiful time. I wish we could come back to those times. It's something I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to, you know, just like keep my website, which is just, it's hosted on WordPress, right? But it's still like my website with my URL and stuff. And trying to keep like that as like the main, like the official thing. And it's nice because it just, not obviously not a lot of people are gonna see it compared to social media, but it's just so nice to have. You should try it, Luke. It's freeing.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been meaning to for a while now.
If you,
Finally get myself one.
yeah, if you ever want to try and want to use like want something similar to what I have, which is basically, you know, what I have on my WordPress is just like basically a gallery, like in reverse chronological order, or in chronological order. So it's kind of like a social media feed. My last thing is here, second last is here, and you can just log into the site and see the last things I made. That's pretty nice. It's good to have. I like it.
Yeah, it definitely is something I need to get on because I don't know. Twitter makes me nervous. Never know
Yeah.
where that's gonna be.
we don't know how long it has. Literally, it feels
Yeah.
like it's on its last leg for the past year. It's. I think I'm like currently, if I were to make a prediction, and I don't know if I'm like the person to make a prediction, but it's kind of like my hope is that Elon will get the site taken over by the banks because he didn't pay it with his own money. He like a bunch of banks paid for it, and
Yeah. Yeah.
making the bets that it would appreciate in value so they could sell off that debt really quickly. And then they never sold off that debt because it just kept going down
Yeah.
in value.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm having the hope that at some point the banks are just gonna say like, fuck it, like let's take over, let's kick Musk out, and just like sell it for like $5 to whoever wants it, or
Mhm.
put in this new person, and that'll hopefully bring a little stability to the side. I don't think they'll bring the bird back, but at least it'll be a little more stable, and hopefully they'll actually hire people to moderate the place. That's a
Yeah, that would
hope.
be nice. Yeah. You might be asking for a little too much, but
Yeah. we can always dream.
yeah.
Twitter is being held together with duct tape. Yes, yes, Pharaoh, I agree. With duct tape, misinformation, and little else. Yerm, if you like Luke style, go follow me. Actually, I'm stupid. I can pin messages. I'm gonna pin a message.
Oh, okay.
Now I gotta remember how to pin messages. Just when Sora isn't here. There it is. I found the pin button. There it is. Follow the pinned link. Go find Luke.
Also, apologies to everyone that's trying to watch me draw and is just watching me mess around with a webcam that I haven't
Don't
used
worry.
until now.
So I really like how this guy, like, because it didn't look that weird when there was like a thing in front of him and another guy. But once you isolate him, he just has like a weird pose. He looks kind of like it's shambling. And I think that's kind of
Yeah.
perfect, actually.
Yeah, that is.
So there is a bean stain on my screen. He likes to sometimes chase things that are on my screen, and just like, oh, he sees the mouse move around, and he'll try to eat it. So he'll stay. He'll, he'll just smush his nose against the screen, and then there's a big nose mark. It's great. I love my cat. That's it. And yeah, Rusty Iron Paul in chat says Luke is so good at what he does.
Oh, hey. I know that person.
Oh,
Thank you.
Grim says, I don't know how you draw with marker first. I'm not that confident. Yeah, that takes confidence.
Yeah, it's 50-50 whether it's gonna work out or not. But it's more fun that way. For me
Yeah.
at least. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think the fact that you go at it without a sketch and just like see where it takes you. I think that's kind of like what your it makes your style like yours. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cool. I like that.
Yeah, thank you. I will admit sometimes I do have to do some sketches if it's something that I'm like I have no idea what it looks like.
Hmm.
Then yeah, then I gotta do a sketch. But I'm pretty comfortable with goop.
I love goop.
So goop and teeth, I'm pretty okay with that.
The famous philosophy of fuck it, we ball, says Rose. I think I should exaggerate it more. So I'm kind of thinking like how I should stretch, because this guy's pretty far away in the photo, and I might crop it closer. But even if we zoom in like this, it's still like 4 pixels of a guy. So I think I should like push the stretching a little bit more like you're doing, right? Like it's just kind of like stretching over up in there.
Yeah, too high.
I might just hold on. I'm gonna do a copy of this, and I'm gonna just go at it in liquify. Why not? Liquify is such a broken tool. It's the menu for it is like made in 1995. So janky. You can just see it on the stream itself. Just like when I move my mouse, it's just janky. It just moves all over the place. So weird.
Yeah, the few times I've had to use that tool have not the results have not been pretty. Respect anyone that can do that.
I recently did something that, it's kind of I basically just used the liquify tool and then just like added textures and stuff on top. But the base of it was just using liquify, and that was a lot of fun. I'm gonna put them on screen, like these ones in the pool, and it was just like taking the top of the head and stretching it and trying to keep like the initial textures of them, of like the hair and stuff, and just like keeping them going until they form like these streaks. But it's pretty janky tool, and
yeah, that's sick.
Takes some doing. Oh, thank you. Yerm asks if you ever streamed alone.
I have not. No, I haven't. I've thought about it, but I haven't. Maybe I will one day.
It's fun. It's fun. You could try it.
Figure out how to get a webcam to.
Yeah, if you get like the webcam you got is quite good. I like the quality of it. Like the image quality is quite good. Yeah, if you get a webcam like that and like an arm, like a mic arm like these. Hold on. Like this one I have for my mic, and for my lights I got similar ones. You can just have it on the side of your table. And if you want to like pull it up for a stream, you just like, you have it on the side, you pull it up over you, and And you can
Gotcha.
have like a second webcam if you want one for your face, or you could just do no face. A lot of people just or use a little like little VTuber thingy. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I'll give that a shot at some point.
For me, it's like it's been super good to just like uh I don't know, keeping like concentrated in doing some art for just I'm gonna take a few hours and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna finish it or try to finish it today. And since I started streaming, I literally don't think I would be working on as an artist if I didn't start streaming because it just increased my output so much and
Oh,
motivated me to do a lot more. I don't know.
yeah. I guess I never thought about that, but yeah, that makes sense. Because I do like this. I like that I'm doing this and
Yeah.
people can see it. I don't know. I've never really had that before.
For me, it's been a like nice for the ADHD part of my brain. I don't know if I have ADHD, but I do get distracted a lot, and
Hmm.
it's just being in a space in a situation where you're you're there's people watching, so you're in a way, quote unquote, force yourself, but you're in a situation that
Yeah.
where you're doing this, you got this objective, so it,
Yeah.
it kind of just puts you in a different mindset. If I'm working on my own, I think I mentioned before, I'll put a long video or something, so I have like something else.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I'll get super distracted and not get anything accomplished.
Oh no, I'm the exact same way. Yeah.
I don't like where this liquefy is going. I think it's just because this guy's 4 pixels, and then if I stretch those 4 pixels, it just the blob. So I'm just gonna do it the
Yeah.
non-liquefy way, I think. Rose says the facade isn't good in water because it keeps its liquid shape within liquid. Oh, that would be fun to have like, yeah, it kind of breaks under, like the disguise breaks under certain circumstances. I think the way for me, just gonna sketch it. The way I think it would work. I don't know. I don't think we've like really explored this or explained it in a deeper way, but I think it would like the disguise. If it keeps its disguise for a long time, it'll just start like breaking down, and that's why it kind of needs to keep jumping from person to person.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because obviously like it'll start breaking down, people will get suspicious, and once it can't be found out, so it needs to like jump to the next victim. What's that, Bean? Hold on, I'm gonna open the door for Bean. There it is. Yeah, it would be fun if like if the facade gets like stressed out or thinks it's gonna get found out, it'll start like glitching. It's like there's like an emotional component to it too. I don't know if that would
Oh yeah,
humanize
I
the
like that.
facade too much, but
Mm, yeah, I don't know.
okay, I'm trying to sketch like a face shape or head shape that looks like it's clearly the facade, but it's not like the pool ones I did, like these, where it's like very
Yeah.
liquidy. It
It
has to
almost looks like
feel
it's getting like sucked up by something.
yeah. Like it has to feel like fairly solid, like it's still bone
Mhm.
moving, right? I think.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
think it like a rounder shape like this would probably work better than than what I was doing before on Liquify. I think Liquify does, as the name implies, I guess. It does like
Yeah,
liquidy stuff better.
yeah.
So just gonna take this as a little guide and do it manually. I think that might work better. Boot head. Kind of. When he says the facade can have emotions as a treat. Just a little bit of emotions. Yeah, I think the facade, if it had like emotions, I would say it's like not very human emotions. It's more like, a cornered animal kind of lashing out, right? Kind of like the
Mhm.
thing. Again, it's like,
Yeah.
when the thing gets found out, it'll just like lash out, and
Mhm.
it's
Yeah,
more like an
exactly.
animal than just like instinct takes over.
Yeah. Very smart animal.
I think the way I pitched this to Luke back then, well, I don't really know how we came up with this, but I think that I was just trying to pitch you like a take on the doppelganger could be fun.
Yeah.
I think the way I said it was something like, it's like kind of a social parasite. Like it's a
Yeah, you did say
parasite,
that.
but not of people. It's a parasite more of like society. So it pretends to be people just to, keep itself alive and
Yeah.
use those resources, and then when it gets found out, it'll vacate.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Rose says it's just a little creature. No, you're having emotions for it. Stop. You're falling for its trick. Don't feel sorry for the facade. It's a monster. I love that it's just a thing people will do very consistently. It's just you make a monster, and the moment you give it a little bit of like background, people instantly get attached to it, and
Yeah, yeah.
that's just like human nature. I don't know. It's funny to me.
Just a little guy.
It's just a little guy.
Yeah.
Lilith says, has the facade ever had a lover? I mean, probably like hundreds, but
Oh, yeah.
is it real love, or is it pretending to, keep up with the appearances of what a human does? Like, if it takes over someone who has a wife, does it love the wife? It's like a fun exploration. Like, does it actually inherit, because we can assume like when it consumes someone, it inherits some of the like the memories and the, you know the
Yeah.
a little bit of the mind of that person. So how does that apply to its feelings? Does it actually like feel what that last person was feeling? Yeah, it's pretty interesting. select people. I mean, yeah, some people would volunteer to be the Façade's lover. I 100% believe that, Lilith. Rose says it just needs a home. It's not its fault that the home in question has to be alive in flesh and blood. That is
You
true.
have some good points. Yeah.
I really like the what you got going on.
Yeah, I'll try and zoom out when I get closer. You can see the
Yeah.
whole thing. But
I like how it's
yeah.
just going kind of high. Hi, it's
Yeah.
me. It's me, the
Just
Façade.
trying to make a friend, that's all it needs. Yeah, that's a really good shape
Yeah.
for that head.
And I've just kind of been multiplying the top of the head and seeing what happens. And try not to make it look too much like a dick, because at first it did. Yeah, I do like that shape. It's kind of like, you know, like bubbles a little bit.
Yeah. Like there's almost like it's like selecting faces. They're all coming up,
Yeah.
just trying to find the one that looks right.
A little one more and we go. Yeah. You're welcome, Agro. Siphon says character customization. Yeah, it's when you boot up Skyrim. That's literally what your character in Skyrim is doing. Pulling all the sliders to the max. Monster Factory style. You ever see Monster Factory?
I haven't.
Okay, it's a series of YouTube videos by the two of the McElroy brothers. Have you ever seen those? And they just go into games with character customization, and they just make horrible little guys. It's been a while since they've made one. They kind of moved on from that, but I love them. I still go back and rewatch them sometimes
That's
because
such a good premise.
yeah, and it's just like them goofing off with like, you know, the Oblivion character creator, and they make a guy that looks like a banana, and they play just a little bit of the game. Like they don't like the main focus is just like let's make a fucked up character, and then
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
see him
yeah.
walk in the world a little bit, and that's it. But I like it. I just like the how they goof off on the character creators. You should check it out. I think you'd find it funny.
Was it Monster Factory? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Okay.
I will. Hold on. I'll get you a link real quick and I'll put it on Discord that way.
He's got some teeth on his neck now, I guess.
Oh, here's the playlist. Yes. There we go. Sent it your way. I think the Fallout 4 ones are the most fun. Put the link in the chat too? Yeah, sure. Here you guys go. I should directly link to the Fallout 4 one. because it's great. It's like 3 episodes of it, but there. I'll link to the Fallout 4 one. Chats. You know, I've just been reading, I've been thinking about the Façade a lot because I've just been reading Tomi by Junji Ito. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but have you read it?
Tomi. I think that's one of the ones I actually haven't read yet.
Oh, it's great. It's
Which
a
is
really long
which is really
compilation.
embarrassing, actually, but
No, but you should. I think you'd really enjoy it. I'm kind of like halfway through. It's episodic, but there is some like little connection between each episode. Like there are some characters that will like show up continuously, and it's just it's kind of a sad like in some ways. Like it's all about this, I guess, creature called Tomi, and it's just like a girl that's, you know, like really beautiful, but in like a witch way, where she like, you know, she'll make people go completely crazy and like kill other people for her and stuff. And what will happen like time and time again is that she'll make someone go crazy for her. She'll make him do horrible things, and then like that guy will go so insane that he'll end up killing her and hacking her up into bits, and from each of those bits she will kind of regrow. She's kind of like an immortal being, like she can't be killed in any way, and every little part of her that survives or that gets like chopped off will grow into like a full version of her, and she'll just like go out into the world again, find another like, and just like every episode is just like there's this guy, like this person going through their normal life, and this girl will show up and just ruin everyone's life. Basically, everyone will end up like dead or traumatized or and I really like it. It's great because it's kind of like it's just kind of like setting up the folklore creature of sorts. It's where every story kind of has like the same rhythm, where you know you can kind of see where it's going. Like, oh, it's always going to end up with, or usually going to end up with someone killing her, and then she'll kind of regrow and appear in another story, and I like that a lot. It's very folklore like.
That's great. Yeah. But yeah, that's a pretty big blind spot of his for me. I definitely need to to fill that.
It's great. I literally just went to the bookstore recently and I saw like a big book with the whole compilation on it. So I was like, that's my like this is my time to get it and read it now that it's all in one place.
Yeah, I saw they were putting out collections of his stuff. Didn't get the chance to check it out though.
Yeah, there's I also got the Uzumaki one, which I had read like online, just, you know, many years ago. Probably just like a pirate version that someone uploaded somewhere.
I feel like that's how most people
find Junji Ito. Yeah.
For the first time.
Yeah. They just kind of find it online, and I think I don't know, it's kind of, it does add a little bit to the mystery of it's just like, who's this guy? And then you find out about Junji Ito's stories. Yes, Lilith, we're talking about Tomi. Tomi is a fey creature. Yeah, kinda. Okay, so what I'm gonna do to this picture is, oh, this might be too much, but I'm gonna try and run it through a old screen filter that I recently found. It's here, I'll show you. It's like an open source. Where Where's this? Like VHS filter thing. And it has like a million sliders. You can just upload an image or even a video and have it like render it as an like old VHS recording. It's great.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's all like free to use and stuff, so I've been using it a bit. Where did I save this? Oh, here. Oh, the scaling is way off, so the text is really small. But you can see already, just like straight off the bat, that's what it does to it.
Yeah, that looks good.
It just gives it this, like this banding and this, color filter. Rusty Paul says, Luke, remind me to commission you again sometime. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Did you commission Luke in the past? What did you do for Rusty?
Yes. Yes, I drew one of their characters for them.
Hmm.
Really cool character. Like a little, I don't know how you'd say, like a little bioluminescent creature. Man.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. But yeah. Just let me know. Okay.
Lilith says, I want a Tomy anime. I think it might work well as an anime. I'm really hyped for the Uzumaki anime though, especially because they're kind of like aiming to make it look like the comics. They're going black and white. They're really like, from what we've seen, it really kind of feels like Junji's style, like the I don't know, the way he draws like the faces and stuff. So I'm cautiously optimistic because historically a lot of Junji Ito adaptations not great, unfortunately.
Yeah. The soundtrack sounds pretty crazy too, from the little bits and pieces.
Yeah, it's the person who made the soundtrack for another horror movie.
I think it was Hereditary. They worked.
Yeah, Hereditary. Yes.
Oh, it's Colin S something. I don't remember what his last name is. I'm sure someone does though.
Yeah, sound off in chat, y'all, if you know the name. I have it in a playlist. I'm kind of scrolling through it to see if I. Colin Stetson, I think that's the one, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, let me throw in the VHS images on here, see what they look like. Because I was about to like try to redo the whole scanline look to all the faces I had added, but then I figured, no, if I make it look like a VHS, we're not gonna need that. Yeah, I do really like the score in Hereditary. Yes, it's a movie that's I kind of have mixed feelings about, but I like the score.
I have not seen that movie.
I haven't seen
I think so.
Hereditary. I won't. I
No,
won't
no,
say a lot.
no. I haven't seen that movie since it came out.
Oh,
It's been a long, long time. Which I guess actually not that long, but it feels like a long
it's been
time.
quite a few years since Hereditary,
Yeah.
right? I didn't see it when it came out, so I saw it. I'm gonna say a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I remember liking it, but
I
from what
I'm
I've been itching to revisit it for a
Yeah,
while.
I liked it up till the ending. I don't want to
Mm.
like especially spoil for people in chat if they want to watch the movie and haven't watched it yet. But but I feel like they didn't really foreshadow it well, and it just kind of caught me off guard. That's
Hmm.
that's kind of what I remember from that movie. But I do really like the first bit a lot.
Yeah. From what I remember, I think that's fair.
Lily says, "Can I post a link to a YouTube video of the Uzumaki anime first look?" Yes, absolutely. Michi says there are certain stories that can't really be translated into other mediums, and his manga, Junji Ito's manga, is one of those. I feel like you can translate it. I don't think you can't. It's true that it's a little hard to translate in the sense that it's really short stories. Like Junji Ito doesn't really do very long stories, and if he does, it's more of a like an anthology type thing where it's a collection of little stories more than like a continuous narrative that continuously builds up. Like it does build up over time, but I I don't know if I agree with Hemi. Like there's a solid either or where if it's supernatural or not. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to spoil the movie, so I won't say much.
Yeah, it's kind of a hard one to talk about.
It's a hard one to talk about in detail because
Yeah.
like I think the most like standout part uh, that gets the most criticism and stuff is right at the end. So
Mhm,
it's,
mhm.
it's a bit hard to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, I want chat to tell me is this if we maybe I'll crop it out a little bit so it's a bit more focused on the guy. But is it clear that his face is shifting, or are we going too hard on the VHS effects? Chat, let me know. In the meantime, I'll go get the cats because it's right at the door. Look who I got.
Oh.
It's a kitty. Um, Rusty said a little too hard on the VHS. Yeah, I might, I might run it through some filters before the VHS. Maybe I'll crop it too directly. Because there's a lot of fluff on around the corner. I think we can maybe focus it on this, and it's still gonna look like the driveway. It should be. What's the standard crop for like a TV, like a CCTV thing? I think 3x4 maybe.
That sounds right. It's
Gonna do
more
3D.
square.
Yeah, it's a little bit more
Yeah.
square. I think it's like standard TV. This has 4x5. I'm just gonna do 3x4. Let me know in chat if I'm messing up. Let me crop your guy better. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I think I'm done with this little portrait here. I think that you're the one that's kind of controlling how much of
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we
It's
can see.
because I cropped it at the start and I didn't really know how it
Yeah,
would end up. There we go.
but
I think I can do a little bit more on the side. There we go.
yeah, there you go. I'll push it up
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
from
No, you're good. You're good.
the
There
to
it
the
is.
top, and then
I love
down
this.
here,
Yeah,
little shoulders it's coming out of.
that's great. I love it.
Thank you. So okay,
Yeah, I think like yeah, we'll do that thing where we scan it, we run it through a million JPEG filters. I think that'll look great.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Well, I'm happy with that one, and I will do. How should like a medieval, or not even medieval,
Hmm.
what would like an ancient record of this thing look like?
I want to say depends on the era you want to go for.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say if it's medieval, maybe like woodblock style. So maybe you fill in the
Mm,
shapes after. So it's like a
true.
like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bit rougher shapes that then get filled in. Like it's a woodblock stamp sort of thing, right? That might be one way of doing it. Um, or you know marginalia, those little drawings on the sides of medieval books. That might be a weird
Yes.
style to emulate,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Huh. I'm gonna look at you sent me a website right before we started that had some good old creature
oh yeah, yeah, that one has some
things
good
going
ones.
on
That
there. Yeah.
conspiracy blog and a bunch of medieval things. Michi and Neon says it looks great, and I love the drawing.
Thank you. Okay. Hmm. Maybe could do something. Okay, I think I have an idea.
What are you thinking about?
So, actually, this is kind of hard to describe unless I. What if I do? Maybe can I? Can I just do
Oh yeah,
this?
hold on. Yeah, yeah. Just move it a
Okay.
little bit there. There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Oh
Something like
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
I like that.
Maybe he's theorizing that they can shapeshift into animals or something like that. I don't know.
I like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, we could have some like you know like crank conspiracy takes, but that maybe go make you go, maybe this is
Mhm.
true. Like maybe before attacking humans, it or like it was before being a parasite of humans of sorts. It was like it came from other animals, and then it just kind of landed on humans. It just evolved with us, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's older than humans and it's just kind of adapted to us throughout
Mm,
time.
yeah, yeah. We have the most advantages or something.
Hmm. And I don't know, like I bet there are like medieval folk stories of the doppelganger. I bet that's a pretty old
Oh
piece of
yeah,
folklore that could be drawn
yeah.
on to.
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna start drawing then.
Yeah, go for
See.
it. I'm gonna give Bean a treat. Hold on, let's see if if the mic picks up the crunch. That was a good crunch, Bean. Don't know if the mic picked it
I heard a little bit of it.
up. So, oh, I'm just gonna sharpen this to hell. Yeah, that's the way to go.
Actually, you know what? I feel like we've kind of consistently had this thing where it kind of bubbles up
Hmm.
throughout. Maybe I'll do something with that. The the bubbling as it changes.
Yeah, I like that. Keen, what you doing?
I don't want to make this look too much. Like it was drawn by the same guy.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Trying to like replicate a certain style has always kind of been not really a strong suit.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try though. This is a little easier. This is kind of like line art though, so it shouldn't
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. You can just like, or maybe you can add like a little texture or just some like line shading just to distinguish it
Yeah,
from the other.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Bean is just having a time, Neon. He's just, I don't know why he's getting up and down, up and down. It's going wild up on my shoulders. Okay. I'm gonna run that through that filter and let's hope it's good. comes out like very purple for some reason, but I kind of like that. It makes it feel like the white balance was really messed up in the camera. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I like the color distortion a lot.
Let's save this version. Okay, yeah, compared to what we had before, this I think is more readable.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I dig that a lot.
Like the good part about this specific one is that we're gonna like we don't need to add any details as to who the person was in this because
Mhm.
we're gonna have it in the like missing person poster or like I don't know, maybe it's like a social media post too, like missing,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and it's like the photo. We're gonna have that photo of the guy just like pre-facade, and then like last seen at, and we see this photo, maybe a timestamp saying like
Yeah,
uh, March 15th at 11 a.m. and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
just kind of like walking out of the driveway. Ooh, where are you going,
Yeah,
Bean?
that's perfect.
Oh, and I'm thinking, no, I don't know if that would show up on the footage, but if this was right after the guy burned his own apartment, so the facade burned the guy's apartment after leaving,
Mhm.
we have like some flames on the bottom, kind of implying that he just like escaped the fire, basically.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Gonna try that and then reapply those filters.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see if it looks good. And some embers. Oh, have a good night, Rose. Okay, let me see here. It's great because today Luke is covering my layers, so you can't see how messy they are. Yeah, I think I'll just have the flames kind of just show up in the corner. Like where the
Yeah, I think
house
that's.
would be, and that way
Mhm.
they don't really get in the middle, but it implies he's escaping the fire.
Yeah, yeah.
And then blur the hell out of it, because it's a very blurry picture. Lilith says, looks current drawing is giving me the Bumpy Man from the Land of Oz books. What is the Bumpy Man? That sounds
Mm.
really creepy.
Yeah, I've
Not
never heard of that.
familiar. Tell us more about the Bumpy Man, Lilith. RGB says, cool facades don't look at explosions. Oh my god, it's literally doing the thing, the don't look at explosions thing. I love that for them. Okay, let's see if this works. Google image search the Bumpy Man. Okay, I'm scared,
Yeah, I'm
but I
kind of
will do
interested
it.
now.
I'm gonna do it. Bumpy Man. Oh, well, that sure is a bumpy man. Hold on. Let me show chats. That is really scary. I think I don't like him. You seen this, Luke?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh God, I don't like the bumpy man.
Wait, what was this from again?
Land of Oz.
Yeah, I feel like the Oz stuff always has some really freaky stuff going on in it.
No.
Okay, I think this will work as one of the images.
Yeah, I like it.
I
That's
don't know,
great.
old guy with a beard, his face is bumpy.
That's really
It'll
good.
be one of them.
Yeah. We can run that through. Just like put in a couple like old paper textures, make the ink look kind of brownish, so it's like it looks kind of old, and
Hmm.
um, and yeah, I think that would make a good like old school, like it looks like a
Yeah,
folk illustration, like for a folk story. I like that.
yeah, it's kind of yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh, let me. I
Mm,
think you're right. I think I should do a kind of like woodcut kind of thing too, maybe.
it might be cool, but I don't know how like replicable that style is either. I'm just
Hmm.
saying it out of nowhere. So I don't know if it's
Yeah. Well,
super easy to imitate.
I might even be able to just. Oh my God, my mic just went away. Uh, I might be able to think I could pick up like a little linoleum block for like $10 somewhere.
Hmm.
I could carve that myself.
Oh, that would be so fun. Have you ever
Yeah.
tried that, or is it
I
just?
I have actually. You
Oh.
know what? It might even be up here. I had to do it for a class.
Hmm.
Actually, only a couple months ago. A little college class.
Oh,
It was
that's
a
cool.
printmaking thing.
Oh, that I would love to take that class. That sounds so fun.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. Uh, shoot. Yeah, I guess I don't have it here. But yeah, I've done enough with it. I feel like I'd be doing something pretty simple with it anyway. So
Yeah. Yeah, but that would be cool. You could do a if you actually do the wood block and make a couple prints. I would like one. Please send
oh
me
yeah,
one. I think that
yeah,
would be cool.
totally, totally. Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah.
have it back there. I got another wood block of mock. Hold on, I'll show this on camera. Right back.
All right.
This, hold on. This right here is Mock, the mountain creature caught running behind the Google car.
Oh
It's
yeah,
done by an artist called Dave Rainey Smith, and it's really good. And yeah, and she decided to send me one. I was like, oh, that's so
yeah. That's sick.
nice.
Yeah,
It's like 1 out of 25. Only 25 of these exists.
man.
So it's like one. I'm gonna put it here. Yeah, printmaking must be so fun. I agree.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think on my side
Okay.
I'm done with this one. Do you think you have any others you might want to do during the stream, or?
I'm almost afraid to do more with like a pen because like then I feel like they would all seem too similar on the website. So I feel like we kind of want it to be like,
Hmm.
like hobbled together, different sources, whatever.
Hmm.
I don't know if I want them to all feel like they were made by the same person.
That makes sense. I feel like with just like the style and the like, if we make the one you got right now look like
Hmm.
old paper, and like maybe put some old looking like type around it. It's kind of like it's part of a story, like an old storybook or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
I think it would like really look the part and would feel
Hmm.
different from the other one.
Okay.
What do you think about the milk carton one? Because that's one I just thought, like, I was just thinking of like, oh, what could be like cool drawn ways of showing
Hmm.
the facade. And I remembered those, and I think that was just a thing in America. Like, I've never seen this, but I was just kind of
Yeah.
fascinated by it because it's the for those I guess not familiar, there was this thing. I don't know if it's done anymore, but there was this thing in America where they would put like the faces of missing people on the milk cartons, so that I don't know if it was specifically children or just missing people in general.
I think it was just missing people in general. I
Hmm.
don't I don't think that they do it anymore. I've never actually seen it.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I wanna do something with that.
I think that
But
might be fun. Just like
yeah.
uh, RGB says, ah, yes, the missing milk people. Just sounds- the missing milk people. Are just a great way of saying it. Pi says, yes, it was missing children. It was a massive failure. Was it? Did they find any children from that? Lily says it was during the 70s and 80s. It was supposedly only missing children. Okay. And it's a program that had disastrous effects. Oh my god. Have a good night, XCS. But yeah, okay. So if it's children, I guess we could do. We've never seen the facade like be a child, but I think
That's true.
it could totally do that.
Mhm. That's true. Yeah. Like a kid goes missing for a couple days and reappears and something.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. So it could be like we could have a reason why the facade doesn't choose children. Generally,
Mhm.
maybe in this case it was kind of like its hand was forced, but maybe when it's like uh, like possessing or like being a child, like maybe like first of all it just has not the same freedom it would have as an adult, so it's kind of and not the same like it can't you know it can't physically overpower anyone obviously, and it's just not as free to do whatever it wants. um but maybe it's also like its disguise doesn't work as well. Like its skull is its bones
Mhm.
are too big to be a child, so it just kind of looks like a strange child. It's kind of weird looking, and
Yeah.
and it doesn't really
Stre
like the disguise doesn't really work maybe.
Yeah. What if it's like the kid comes back, he's like stretched out just a little bit too much or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, 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 I
Can't
like
quite
that.
fit can't quite fit in there.
Yeah, so if we do the milk carton. First of all, it would be around the 80s. Like if it's 70s and 80s when this happened in real life, uh, like that could be the first one we do because
Mhm.
the last one is in the 70s. I don't recall what year. Let me check real quick. Last one was 1977, so we could do one like
Mhm.
during the 80s, and like maybe the facade like had to like like take over a child for it was kind of like it just had to escape somewhere,
Mhm.
and and yeah, it's like oh like it came back wrong kind of
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and a little while later it had to it couldn't sustain that form for a long time, so it just like escaped again and took over a new
Mhm.
form, and then that's when the like missing child thing goes um like goes public. So it's
Mm.
like the missing the missing child's like image is the wrong one. It's the facade,
Yeah.
and that's why it's
Yeah.
wrong. That's why.
Mm.
Would that make sense?
Oh, yeah, no, that does. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it could just be
Yeah.
like like that bumpy head effect sort of thing, and
Mhm.
but I guess the missing children thing are usually photos like them.
They are. Yeah, they're, like, really heavily, like,
Yeah,
contrasted
heavy.
photos, yeah.
Yeah, with a lot of contrast. So maybe I could do that part
Yeah.
because it could just be like like I don't think it would be super weird if it was just a drawing and we apply the same filter, but it would be more closer
True.
to the real ones if I do it with the.
That's true, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm checking out drawings like some of the milk cartons now, and
Mhm. That's what I'm
it,
doing too.
it's it's all photos. Hold on, I'm gonna put the browser view. It's all very specifically, yeah, that really contrasted style,
Mhm.
and just like very like straight on headshots, like kind of like a school photo style.
Yeah, yeah.
RGV says could be an inspiration for the changeling myth. Oh, I like that.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Huh.
Neon says, does the person who gets taken over feel anything? I assume pain and then nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe like some of them is still
I
in the facade, like, you know, it takes over their body, and I assume their memories and stuff. So there's still a little bit of them living on through them.
Mhm. I'd say it's probably about as painful as you would imagine having your whole body taken over by
Yeah.
a weird skeleton monster would be. That's that's
Exactly.
how I imagine it.
Do you think if the facade had like a true, I don't think it would have a true look, like a true
Mm.
thing.
No, I don't think so. I
Like
think
if it did, it would be like
did,
microscopic. I feel like
yeah,
it's kind of like
yeah,
a collection of cells more than
yeah,
a physical being. I
yeah,
don't know.
and
That's the vibe I think gives me.
maybe it did at one point,
Hmm.
like like a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
Uh, but I don't think whatever it was,
It lost that form.
long, long,
Yeah.
long gone. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, kind of like, you know, a cancerous cells like come from a body and have the DNA to make a full you
Mhm,
know, living body of whatever animal it came from.
mhm,
Like
mhm. Yeah,
it
yeah.
probably still has like the genetic memory, whatever it is, probably has genetic memory of being something else, but it's kind of devolved into like just a mass that takes over other people. I don't know.
Mhm.
That's kind of how I
That,
imagine it. It's kind of
yeah,
formless in my mind.
yeah. And that's kind of why I bring up the bubble thing, because like uh when they shift,
Mm,
like he's doing in the one that you're doing right now, I kind of imagine it as like different features from different faces reemerge from its
yeah.
past, like genetic memory, like it's all stored in there,
Oh, I like
and
that.
they
Yeah.
come up briefly while he's like while it's in the process of changing.
Yeah, it's kind of like slowly taking over a little bit of the DNA and the memory of each person
Yeah,
that's been
yeah.
there. Uh, Siphon says, imagine if every time it changes bodies, each consciousness it takes over merges into one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm,
I like that.
mhm.
It's just an amalgam.
Yeah,
Lilith says, have you ever seen the anime To Your Eternity? Nope, doesn't ring a bell. Originally, it
yeah,
was about a
I
ball of light, then a rock, then a wolf, then various people. Huh.
hmm.
I will note down To Your Eternity. I'll check it out.
Wait, what was it called again?
To
Hang on, I
Your
wanna write that down
Eternity.
too. To Your Eternity, okay.
It's like a shape-shifting creature. Is that what it is, Lilith? That is a nice puppy. I like that. Yeah, I like what we came up with for the facade. I really love like this idea of just taking a classic creature. Like there's been a million stories about doppelgangers and you know
Mhm.
doppelganger
Yeah,
like
yeah,
creatures. Like the Thing is another classic. Like I think this has a lot of the DNA of the Thing, I would say.
yeah,
Um,
definitely, definitely.
but but I just love like giving it its own, like just doing a another take on it that I think hasn't. I don't know if this like something similar, very similar to this has been done. There's been a million stories about doppelgangers, but this sort of or just like historical like documentation on this one doppelganger
Yeah, yeah,
is a lot of
yeah.
fun.
And I like the idea that there's one, that it is the one,
Mm,
you know?
yeah, I think like okay, I like the like the obvious continuation to the story we made is like what happened from the 70s until now, because we still got like a lot of
Hmm.
ground to cover. But I think if we ever wanted to say like let's make another one, I would like to do like really old stuff, like
Yeah.
medieval, kind of like
Yes.
we're hinting
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
like really old
Hmm.
documentation. But it's like it's like a monk's notes on the side of a on like the side of a thing saying like my fellow monk, like this guy is not who he says he is, and there's
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
little
yeah, yeah.
marginalia saying like what happened,
Hmm.
or like cave paintings of humans. Like
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
cave paintings are always fun, but it's kind of hard to like. It's a very like non-representational style, so it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to specifically do that type of thing. But I kind of did.
You could
I
do.
did try that with the werewolves, but that's easier because
Mm,
a wolf is easier to draw
a
in
wolf,
the thing.
yeah.
Like something that is human, it like isn't quite human, is a little harder to express in cave
Yeah,
painting
yeah,
form.
yeah, a little bit.
But maybe instead of cave painting, it's like really a really old sculpture, right? Like an old statue that
Mm,
it just has like that bumpy, like a bunch of faces, or
yeah. Because we could even do like a Neanderthal like skull. That's been like,
yeah.
that's like, well, actually,
Have you ever
maybe
seen
that
the
would I think that would contradict some of the stuff we did already if we did that.
how
Because,
so?
well, because the skull was found in the Paris catacombs.
Hmm.
So that would mean that it had died previously before and someone else found it. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I
Go
would
on. Yeah.
say like it didn't quite die. Like
Yeah.
someone managed to, and that might be a good ending if we do that like more historical, like old take on it.
Hmm.
It could end with like you know whoever it is in that French, like a French monastery in the Middle Ages, and they finally like you know uh,
Hmm.
they find the monk who's been taken over by the Façade, and they kill him, and they burn the body, and they like they manage to like get rid of him, and they put him in the cemetery, and they're like, we finally got rid of this monster. But obviously it
Hmm.
wasn't quite dead, and it gets thrown into
Yeah.
the Paris catacombs, and now we connected the
Yeah.
like the whole timeline of it. I think that
Hmm.
would be fun. Like
My
if we were to do a
my
third part.
my like whole, I don't know if I've ever actually said this, but my the reasoning that I always had in my head for why it ended up in the Paris catacombs was because I like the idea that like it needs life in order to survive.
Hmm.
So they put it down there because like nothing was living down there. It was
Oh.
just all dead or something.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so
But
I've have you ever been to the Paris catacombs?
I have not.
Okay,
No.
so the story of the Paris catacombs is that I think I mentioned this a little bit before, but more in detail. Uh, there there was this huge cemetery like kind of in the middle of Paris that was getting super old. It was like medieval, and it was nasty, and when it rained like there were literal
Mhm.
bones like pouring out into the streets. Like it was very unsanitary, and it was a time I want to say like 17th century or 18th century. I don't recall the exact timeline of it. They they wanted to be like more sanitary, and so they dug up all the bodies, all the bones that had no names from this old cemetery, and just a little bit before they had forbidden like digging under the city because people were like that. You see those like classic Paris buildings that are really that have like the white facade. Oh, I'm talking about
Hmm.
facades. The white
Yeah.
stone. That white stone was dug up from literally under the city, but it was causing a lot of problems because it was like, you know, the tunnels where people were digging for the stone were
Yeah.
caving in under the, like the streets were caving in, and it was causing a lot
Yeah.
of
Yeah. Yeah.
trouble. So they prohibited digging under the city, but now they had huge like miles and miles and miles of tunnels dug up under the city. This huge like labyrinth of tiny tunnels that people had dug up like independently and sometimes connected.
Hmm.
And they decided we're gonna take all this, all these dead bodies from the graveyard, and we're gonna put them down in these tunnels. And then what happened is that the French Revolution happened. A lot of things changed around Paris, and they just kind of forgot. Like the records were lost. That there were a bunch of like the remains of a graveyard there, and like much
Hmm.
later, someone was kind of exploring these tunnels, and they found catacombs, and they were like, "What the fuck?" Um, and you know what their first idea was? It was, let's open this to tourists. This is
Of
great.
course.
So they
Yeah.
took
Yeah.
all the bones and they arranged them through the tunnels in a very like this Victorian era. So you can imagine like
Yeah.
they had this like morbid style. So they arranged the bones in like decorative styles essentially, and
Hmm.
um, and put in a lot of plaques. And you can still see those today. That's still how it's arranged.
Hmm.
They put in a lot of plaques saying like, you know, we'll all die, like reminders of that we all die wherever your station in life is. We'll all be the same in death, that sort of thing, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and they opened that to tourists, and it was a great like tourist spot. So that's kind of like where I wanted to. That's been. That's why, and that was around the mid 18th, the mid 19th century. I mean, that's why the story, like that's why the guy finds the head in the Paris catacombs because he's kind
Yeah.
of exploring
Okay.
it as a tourist spot basically.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But okay, all this to say, all this background to say that if they quote unquote killed it by just putting it in the Paris catacombs, if it was the Middle Ages, the Paris catacombs didn't exist yet. They
Mm.
they maybe just threw this guy in the tunnels and locked him in there, or through the facade, like pretending to be this guy in the
Yeah.
tunnels and locked it there, and
Mm.
just like, you know, yeah, exactly, this thing needs life to sustain itself. It can't, like, it's kind of impossible to kill it, so we're just gonna
Yeah.
lock it there and nobody's gonna ever find them again. Then
Mm.
they put a bunch of bones there, and you know, it's a century later, so uh, the facade maybe is still alive, kind of in the bones, but
Hmm.
it's kind of dormant. So they just mix it in with all the bones of the cemetery, and then it just kind of gets
Yeah.
mixed in with the rest of the stuff of the Paris catacombs. So I think that could really
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like it was an
Yeah.
quote unquote execution, but just through happenstance and through like history happening, it got put in
Hmm.
this like tourist trap, basically.
Yes. Yeah. 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 That's perfect.
I think that would really work.
Yeah. And
Lilith
yeah, I didn't.
says, "Oh, I like this." Okay, Lilith suggests, "Val, have you ever seen the cave paintings of the hands where people would put their hands down, then blue ink and left hand impression?" I like that idea. Have you? Do you know what I'm talking
Mm,
about?
is it? I mean, I think I know.
It's like
Like the cave.
handprints, basically. They put their
Yeah. Yeah.
hands on the
Yeah. Yeah.
rock, they blue ink around them, and
Right.
they
Right. Right.
kind
Right.
of
Right.
use
Yes.
them. Yeah,
Yes. 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 Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I like that a lot, Lilith. Like they left, like the facade was there and left a hand that was not quite human.
A few too many fingers or something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah.
I should note this down. Lilith, do you mind if we use that? Are you protective about that idea, or can we steal it?
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Oh, the music keeps going out. It's so annoying. But yeah, I'm gonna note down like, okay, which ones did we have for old? I'm just marking this as old facade. Um, we had okay,
Medieval was
cave
one of them.
painting or cave
Hand
see,
thing.
handprints. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Then we had medieval monks locking it into the tunnels. That will become Paris Catacombs. I think that if I write this down, I will remember what we talked about.
Yeah.
I like this. I really like the facade. I think it's one of my favorite, like, just creatures
Hmm.
that we've tackled. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you asked me to be to be a part of this. It's been so much fun coming up with this stuff.
Yeah, I like that. Bumpy fingers. Yeah, yeah, it could just be bumpy fingers on the handprints, or just like, like fingers coming out of like from the middle of a finger. Like it just that divides into two. Bunch of things like that. Oh, there's two thumbs, like one on each side. That would be useful, actually.
It would.
Double grip. Yeah, I think we got a pretty good layouts for. I mean, we haven't got layout for future stuff, but as for the like this current series, we got the milk carton. I think that can cover the 80s. Just like maybe trying to do like one per decade approximately, right? So we can like follow it through time.
Hmm.
The 80s could have the milk carton. Then okay, I think we can do like the family photo with someone in the background. That can be the 90s or early 2000s, somewhere around there. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
and then like one that would be much closer, like maybe that's late 2010s, would be the doorbell camera. And this is dependent on whether I can find a good picture that I can use of a doorbell camera, or straight up just ask someone,
Mhm.
because these are not common at all in Spain. I don't think I've ever seen a doorbell camera in Spain, but I know
Yeah,
they're all
yeah,
over
yeah.
in America, like
Yeah.
suburbs and stuff. So I might just like ask around, see if someone has a doorbell camera that can take a picture, like maybe a picture that doesn't show their street too much, because obviously you don't want to like show people's dogs
Yeah,
someone
yeah, yeah.
accidentally, like someone thinks it's my address or something. But
Yeah, 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 yeah.
um, because I would really like the idea of having like, the facade is just going like like knocking on someone's door, kind of like I'm just like desperately looking for a new body, because it's like glitching out all over. It's like it can't sustain its form, so it's just like like smashing this person's door, and you can see the doorbell camera, and it's just kind of at the edge, and it has this fisheye lens effect, right? So we can kind of see like part of the face is being. It's like, I don't know. That's kind of the idea I have. We can kind of just
Mhm.
see it out of the edge of one of these cameras.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I really love that idea. So I think one of the things we talked about a little bit uh was if we're bringing it into more modern times there's just so many different kinds of like cameras and
Hmm.
surveillance and so many different avenues.
Everything's full of
That,
cameras, and the problem
yeah.
is like kind of. I think it's kind of the opposite problem of doing like old representations of the facade, where it's
Mhm.
if we do like medieval drawings, that would be like much more. It's you never have like a direct representation, so it's much easier to not
Yeah.
show. Uh, while the like in the modern day, it's so easy to just if you see this happen, take out your smartphone and take a photo of it. That we kind of
Mhm.
have to avoid that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always in the background with a shitty camera. Just you're just taking a little peek, and you're never really
Mhm.
seeing it directly because I don't know. I think that's more fun.
Yeah. 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 There's whenever I think about like someone like transforming into something,
Hmm.
or actually whenever I think about the facade transforming into something, there's this movie called Occult. It's a found
Hmm.
footage movie.
Yeah.
Um, there's a scene in that where you really briefly see this guy's face turn into a bunch of worms, and the camera hands away from it.
I don't
Uh,
know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about, that
Yeah.
scene? Yeah. Like, so when I'm thinking of like if someone were to get like a photo of it on a cell phone, it would probably be like that, where it's like it's in motion, it's really fast,
Hmm.
like they're trying to get away from whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh, Tommy. What? I was just reading one of the chapters in Tommy is like an amateur photographer who takes photos of people and takes a few photos of Tommy, and all of them come out wrong. And she's like freaking out because like, what is,
Mhm.
they all look kind of blurred, but it's like her face is just kind of stretching out in weird ways, and there's like a second face coming out, and it really reminded me of the facade.
Yeah,
It's more of a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
spirit photo type of thing than a more literal, like her face is morphing, although that does happen at some
Mhm.
points. But when it's like the moment she takes the photo, like it's only on the photo, it's not in real life.
Yeah.
She just kind of looks wrong in photos, and I
Mhm,
like that
mhm.
a lot.
Yeah, yeah. We have a lot. We have a lot we could work with.
There's a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, you could just follow the facade through like a million different identities throughout time.
You
not
could,
that
yeah, you really
not
could.
that it would be the most interesting thing, because
Yeah.
it's better to have like a little narrative going on, but,
Mhm.
but technically you could keep it going forever.
You technically could. You could have it going from dinosaur to dinosaur. Go crazy with it.
That would be fun. Dinosaur doppelganger. uh but yeah, how about we leave it at that for today? So I think we've
Yeah.
done our piece, and there's cool stuff we can do. I think out of stream. Yeah, I love this
There
one.
we go. Yeah.
It's so good. I love the little hand. It's just, hey, I am the
Just
facade.
crumpled
Hello.
up.
I like that. Um, but yeah, let's leave it there for tonight. And if you ever want to, we can do a little, uh, like another little stream in the coming
Mhm.
weeks or whenever you're available.
Yeah.
If you want to do
Yeah,
some
yeah.
more. Um, but yeah, let's keep picking away at this. I think we can. I think this one's gonna be good. I like it. I like the
Mhm.
little story we got going on with the
Yeah, I'm
conspiracy
excited.
blogger.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we go, last reminder: go follow Luke everywhere. Like right now, I'm gonna post the. I know it's pinned already, but I'm gonna post the link tree there. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, go follow Luke on Twitter or on Tumblr or everywhere you want. And this is probably still gonna take some time until you start seeing these online. So for now, it's a secret between you watching and us. Let this be our secret. But yeah, Luke, it's been great having you. Thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
in. I know you had to like borrow a webcam and like set everything up.
got a
So
stack
yeah,
a
thank you
stack of
for
books this thing took too.
yeah. But it worked. It works great.
It did. It worked.
Thank
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
for doing the effort and
Yeah, of course. This was great. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you for having me.
And yeah, chat. I will see you again on Monday if all goes well. So look out for that. All right, y'all. Thank you for coming, and bye bye.
Goodbye.